The 9 Laws. The 9 Laws by Ivan. The 9 Laws. Put the glasses back on. Elise Briscoe, ODDO. Website, HollywoodVision.com. Not only has she helped me out since the hit and run accident in countless ways, she's the best place in the world. Hollywood Vision, her location in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. It is the best place in the world if you've had a stroke or a brain injury, because if I start talking about it, I'll start crying. Just know that it makes all the difference in the world. Chapter 21. Chapter 21. The 9 Laws Aligned. The Emperor. Danse Macabre. Hans Holbein the Younger. Hans Holbein the Younger. 1497 through 1543. We will now examine how the laws are implanted within the grid. We will now examine how the laws are implanted within the grid. Within the grid. How they are emplaced as rails. How they are emplaced as rails of transit across the realms, channels, and controls of the dark world. How they are emplaced as rails of transit across the realms, channels, and controls of the dark world. The basis of how they provide transit for the dark triad man will be explained. For the dark triad man will be explained. Will be explained. The structure of this book is designed to bring you. The structure of this book is designed to bring you step by step, into deeper and more robust understanding. This design is also intended to permit you at any moment of uncertainty or challenged comprehension, at any moment of uncertainty or challenged comprehension, to backtrack and resume accurate momentum along the lines of knowledge, along along the lines of knowledge that al- along the lines of no- along the lines of knowledge that are along the lines of knowledge that are delivered here. Thus we have taught thus we have taught you the laws. Thus we have taught you the laws, explored the dark world, explored the dark world, revealed the controls of narcissism, revealed the controls of narcissism, revealed the controls of narcissism, Machiavellianism, Machiavellianism and psychopathy, Machiavellianism and psychopathy, and placed them as levers of fate that are employed by the dark triad man, and placed them as levers of fate that are employed by the dark triad man, and employed as his mastery of potentialities of the dark world. We have taken you through condensation of forged realms of we have we have taken you through we have taken you through condensation of forged realms of thought, word, word, and deed. We we ex- we explored the focus of channeled vision. We explored the we explored the focus of channeled vision. We explored the focus of channeled vision, planning and competent planning and competence, planning and competence, and how they shape and form funnel, the funnel, the funnel of the dark, the funnel of the dark world. Lastly, w- lastly, we harden, last, lastly, we harden that tumble and turn in the wild spin of random chaos. Lastly, we harden that tumble and turn in the wild spin of random chaos. Of random chaos. Now we al- now we align the laws to the grid. Now, now, now we align the laws to the grid. Now we align the laws to the grid. Nesting them as a frame. Nesting them as a frame. Nesting them as a frame of arrays for interaction. This chapter illustrates their significant This chapter illustrates their significant primary positioning. Learn well. Learn well how the 9 laws are matched to the Learn well how the 9 laws are matched to the realms. Learn well how the 9 laws are matched to the realms, channels, 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 and controls. The very first, the very first array, the very first, the very first array of the very first array of the laws is in the realms of, is in the realms, is in the realms of thought, word, and deed. Is in the realms of thought, word, and deed, and deed. In the PDF that accompanies this audiobook. In the PDF that accompanies this audiobook. See, see Figure 21.1. The Laws of the Realms. Survival. Survival. Survival is the survival is the first law. Survival is the first law, and it and it is and it is the very basis for all deeds. For all deeds. Without survival, without sur- without survival, there is no existence. Without survival, there is no existence. Without survival, there is no mind. There is no mind. There is no there there is no mind. There is no mind. There is no mind. There is no mind, heart, or body. Heart. There is no mind, heart, or body. There is no mind, heart, or body, and therefore, and the, and therefore, and therefore, there is no execution. Indeed, indeed, it is execution that is the most sobering end of survival. In indeed, 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 it is execution that is the most it is execution that is the most sobering end of survival. It is execution that is the most sobering end of survival. Always, Always keep before you the alternation and pivot of sincere truth. And pivot of sincere truth. The verb, the verb, the verb and the noun. The the verb and the noun. The action and the act. Action. Action cannot take place without survival. And survival. And survival. And survival. The very existence of life itself. Is the most compelling drive that any living organism possesses. A fight for survival is the deadliest. A fight for survival is the deadliest. A determination to survive is the highest ferocity. Is the highest ferocity. A bloody sc- a bloody scream of a bloody scream of tr- a bloody scream of triumph is victorious expression of survival by the winner. A bloody scream of triumph is victorious. A bloody scream of triumph is victorious ex- is victorious ex- is victorious expression of survival is victorious expression of survival by the winner. Hesitation is the death of survival. Hesitation is the death of survival.